Since Hogwarts Legacy was introduced in the summer of 2020, the game has been silent for a long time. Finally, a while ago, the gameplay was in the new episode of the State of Play event displayed. Now in this video, we will review the details and information that has been released so far from this game. The story of Hogwarts Legacy game is going on in the late 19th century. The events of the game relate to before Grindelwald and offer a completely original story. The rebel is forming and you will be in the midst of it. In this rebellion, there is an army of goblins and dark witches who are apparently ready to destroy the wizarding world. It seems that a mysterious and ancient magic will also play a key role, but one has to wait and see exactly what we will face. Hogwarts Legacy allows gamers to create their own wizard character according to their tastes. Instead of entering Hogwarts school as a freshman, you go straight to school as a fifth-year student, which is very unusual. You have to continue your education and not back down from your classmates. There will also be important stimuli in the game in different ways. The reasons for the story hero's unusual admission at Hogwarts school have yet to be explained, but developers have pointed out that he has survived something in the past. A few other key characters will also be involved in the Hogwarts Legacy game story, and most of them are supposed to be completely new faces. For example, Professor Eleazar Fig is present in the game, which plays a role as one of your coaches. The professor's research on rumors of the Goblin Rebellion has made him a bit unpopular among the Ministry of Magic. Like the hero of the story, Ranrock, the leader of the Goblisson Rebellion, has mysterious links to ancient magic. Victor Rookwood, the Dark Wizard, who has an alliance with Ranrock, will also play an important role in the story. In the meantime, it has been confirmed that some familiar faces will also be in the game. For example, in the recently released trailer of the game, we had a glimpse of the Headless Nick. Avalanche Software Studio has officially announced that Hogwarts Legacy will be an open-world action role-playing, exploring and touring Hogwarts in fine detail and with the full freedom of an open-world structure is a case that many creators have been planning to implement for years, and obviously this seems an exciting prospect. Hogwarts Legacy developers have also confirmed that the game will be a mix of old and new locations. So while many memorable and iconic Hogwarts venues will also be in-game, there are also new areas that we've never seen before. Exploration at Hogwarts should also be very interesting. For example, there are areas where you need to have private spells to access. Also, as shown in the recent gameplay trailer, Hogwarts School has plenty of secret passageways, secret dungeons, connected corridors and moving stairs. It's not clear exactly how layered and sophisticated Hogwarts design is, but Hogwarts Legacy must meet high expectations in this area. Hogwarts School is not the only place players are able to explore. Hogwarts Legacy's free world also gives access to the castle grounds, Forbidden Forest and Hogsmeade. The interesting thing, however, is that the breadth of the game goes even further, taking us to the hamlets, settlements and dungeons scattered around Hogwarts as well. A key part of living in Hogwarts fantasies is to be in one of the four main houses. Although you enter as a fifth-year student, on the first day, you wear the famous hat and are placed in a key family. Exactly how this process is conducted has not yet been provided, but in each family, you will be given a unique shared room and hostel. You will also meet and spend time with different classmates and students. By becoming companion characters, you form deeper bonds with them. Avalanche Software has hinted that it will take a close look at each of the four famous families in the future. As a Hogwarts student, attending classes will be a big part of your life. We still don't know if Hogwarts Legacy is going to adopt a structure similar to the Persona series or to do things differently, but apparently you'll be participating in all classes. The various classes at Hogwarts include combining potions, defending against dark arts, botany, spells, and more. By attending these classes, you can learn new spells and become more empowered, although there will be many ways to do it. Not many details have been released about how the Hogwarts Legacy game has progressed, but they come in the form of talents and abilities described as a deep set of upgrades. These categories include spells, secrecy, potions, and more. Players, scattered challenges around the world will complete the game to earn the necessary points and experience and upgrade different skills. The equipment you acquire is very influential. You can loot the equipment, buy, build and even upgrade them. Room of Requirement is considered one of Hogwarts' most iconic places for most Harry Potter fans, so it's no surprise to see it in the Hogwarts Legacy game as well. This customizable room can be changed according to your needs. You can also add a station to build potions, grow different plants and upgrade your belongings. The Harry Potter world is full of fantastic beasts, and players will see a number of them in the Hogwarts Legacy game. So far we've seen dragons, trolls, hippogriffs and even a niffler in the game, and we're quite curious to see how these different creatures will play a role in aspects of gameplay in its free world. Ironically, in the game, you can keep your magical animals and personalize them freely in different ways. Flying is an important mechanism in the Hogwarts Legacy game world. In an episode of the game's recent trailer, the hero of the story was flying over a hippogriff, but it appears that the main application will be long-distance scrolling with a broomstick. It is likely that this magic broom can be upgraded and personalized, but nonetheless, there is still no talk about this. But what will the fight in Hogwarts Legacy look like? Specifically, spells will play a leading role in the campaign. Avalanche Software seems to have a lot of spells with different effects that can be learned in a variety of ways. Apparently, using them in combination is an important part of the struggle. A number of spells have been introduced so far, including Accio to drag enemies or objects in the environment towards you, Incendio to burn various things, and Petrificus Totalis for secrecy. In the last moments of the trailer that was recently displayed from the gameplay, players could also use the Killing Curse feature. Even if spells are the biggest factor in Hogwarts Legacy's gaming campaigns, there are other elements involved. For example, different potions can be purchased to gain double power. You can also use magical plants to fight in different ways. These include keeping enemies away with insider attacks and incapacitating enemies by pushing a mandrake towards it. The creators of Hogwarts Legacy have announced that the game will have a few different tough choices at the time of launch. While the details remain unclear, the developers say the fighting system in the game has the depth and challenge that players are demanding. According to the creators, whether you want to follow only the original story or complete all the different parts of the game, a range of difficult options will be available to reach different skill levels, allowing players to experience the game in a way that is more enjoyable for them. Hogwarts Legacy game will be available to holders of 8th generation, 9th generation and PC consoles during the 2022 holidays.